Picture this. Jess is a bright, ambitious leader known for her work ethics and dedication. But there was one problem. She was doing too much on her own. Her days were packed with endless tasks, preparing reports, answering calls, overseeing projects, somehow finding time in all of this to mentor her team as well. Now, she was overwhelmed, and despite all her hard work, things were kind of slipping through the cracks. Now, one day, her manager pulled her aside and asked, "Just why are you doing all of this yourself?" And this question hit her like a ton of bricks. Just realized that she was so focused on getting things done right that she didn't even consider letting others help. Good day, everyone. My name is Major Amit, an executive coach, trainer, and consultant. And this is the next video in a series of videos called Leadership Masterclass, where we dive into what makes the difference between a good and a great leader. Now, in today's video, I'll be talking about a crucial skill for effective leadership, which is how to delegate effectively. Now, having worked with several leaders over the last 3 decades in India, across the globe, I've seen many seasoned leaders failing to delegate. Now, there are several reasons for it. The first is fear of losing control. Many leaders worry that if they don't do their task themselves, they will lose control and their value in the organization. Right? Second is lack of trust in the team members. Maybe they're not 100% sure that the team can handle it, right? So they end up micromanaging or doing it themselves. Not exactly ideal, right? And thirdly, sometimes delegation falls flat because leaders haven't clarified what they actually want. Now, the team is left guessing, it's probably not going to end well, right? And the fourth reason is the tendency of overloading certain team members or the go to person who ends up with everything on their plate. Now, that's a fast track to frustration for everyone involved, right? Now, delegation enhances your team's effectiveness and efficiency. Delegations frees you up to tackle those big picture tasks. Plus, it means your team is not just sitting around, they are also stepping up and getting things done, which is very, very essential and critical from a team development perspective. Now, delegation helps you build trust and confidence. When you delegate, you're telling your team members, "I trust you to handle this." And that's a huge one for morale and confidence. Now, delegation helps develop team. Think of delegation as a way to help your team members grow. You're giving them a chance to stretch their skills and get ready for bigger roles in times to come. And delegation prevents burnout. It's a sanity saver. You can't do it all without burning out. So let your team share the lead. So how do you delegate effectively? Now follow these clear steps to do it right. Now step one is know what to delegate. Not every task can be delegated. I'm sure you all have figured that out by now. Start by figuring out what you can delegate. Now, look for tasks that are time consuming but don't really need your personal involvement. And think about what could help your team members grow. Delegating isn't just about lightening your load, it's also about helping your team members level up. And step two is know your team members' strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. Employees have goals and aspirations, and within those goals are the opportunities to delegate. So, for example, maybe you have a direct report who wants to get into a manager role, right? Good enough. So maybe there is an intern they can start supervising, or a well-defined project they can own the execution of. Match the task to the right person who has the skills and interest and time to take it on. Remember, you're setting them up for success and not for failure. And step three is to clearly define the desired outcome and set clear communication channels for feedback. Now, simply dumping work onto someone's lap isn't delegating. The task you delegate should come with proper context and clear link to the organization goals. Now, before everyone starts working on a project, they should know what they need to complete and by when, including the metrics you will use to measure success of their work. Check in regularly to see how things are going, but instead of micromanaging, think of it as coaching, guide them, and offer feedback. Be there to help when they hit any roadblock, but let them be in charge of the task totally. And step four is provide the right resources and level of authority. Now, does the person you're delegating work to need specific training, resources, or authority to complete the assigned project? It is your role as a leader to provide these. Setting someone up for impossible tasks only results in frustration for both the sides. Your team members won't be able to achieve the desired outcome, and then you will likely need to put in the work back on your to do list. Once you've provided resources and authority, take a step back. Do not interfere then. And step five is to trust your team. That's the most important aspect. And this is important, especially for leaders who avoid delegating because they think their way is the only way of getting the work done and don't trust their team to do it right. Please understand that everyone may have a different way of doing things, right? Their own style of doing things. So they might do it differently than you would, but that's okay. What matters is that the end results meets your expectations, right? You also need to allow for failure because it would help create a culture of learning and continuous improvement in your team. And this will empower people you are assigning tasks to experiment. And we all know that that a culture of experimentation and making mistakes often results in creativity and innovation. And then step six is celebrating success. Now, after you've delegated tasks and their team member has seen it through completion, successful completion, credit those who achieve success, right? The more you thank and credit those you delegated work to, the more likely it is that they would want to help you in other projects as well in future. Now, celebrating success and giving credit where it is due also helps you set very positive work environment in your team. And trust me, that's what people are looking for beyond any money you might offer them, right? So that's very, very important. So to wrap it up, delegation isn't about dumping tasks. It's about empowering your team. It's about growing their skills. It's freeing up your time to focus on what really matters. Think about how you're delegating right now, what you could do differently. Try out these tips that I've just talked about and see how it changes the game. Effective delegation is not just about getting things done, it's about building a team that's ready to take on the next challenge with you. The best leaders aren't the ones who do it all themselves. They are the ones who empower others to step up and lead. Start delegating today and watch your team and yourself transform. Do leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more insights into leadership excellence. Till then, keep leading with confidence and passion. All the best.